Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Man's Best Friend. There we go, got that bad boy in focus. Well, there's a lab that is experimenting on all kinds of animals. And a reporter named Lori is given a tip to go to the lab sometime late at night and do a report on all the animals being experimented on, where she comes across a dog named Max. Max seems perfectly fine. So Lori and her friend who's working the camera get caught by Dr. Jarrett, who runs the place, and they run out of there as fast as they can. And Max decides, you know what, I'm gonna run with Lori. I'm just not gonna listen to your crap, Dr. Jarrett, and he takes off. So Max starts showing his loyalty to Lori later on that night when she's mugged, and he gets the robber and gets her purse back. Max starts showing a whole lot more loyalty to Lori, and let's say Max is really becoming very, very, very protective of Lori. In fact, her boyfriend Perry does not like Max all that much, and the feeling is pretty much mutual. In fact, at one point, Max tries to break the cables of Perry's car, cause him to almost have an accident. So Lori gets rid of Max, gives him to a junkyard owner, which of course doesn't last long. Max finds his way back home and causes some more chaos. The police get involved, try to get Max, but that of course doesn't work. So then eventually Dr. Jarrett kidnaps Lori in order to get Max back to the lab. And as you would mostly expect, Max tries to go and rescue Lori. And Dr. Jarrett tries to convince Lori that Max will eventually turn on her, which he doesn't. Because Dr. Jarrett wants to finally finish off poor Max because he's getting way out of control. And Dr. Jarrett says, I will take you both out. But Max winds up saving Lori by sacrificing his life and winds up putting Dr. Jarrett on some sort of electrical fence-like thing, and he becomes, well, crispy. So unfortunately, Max passes away on Lori's lap. It's 3 months later, and we find out that a collie that Max mated with had puppies, and one of them looks like Max. Yeah, boy. The movie stars Ali Sheedy, Lance Henriksen, and William Sanderson. So why did this movie suck? This movie was supposed to be, I guess, sort of a horror comedy, and it kind of sort of turned out to be not much of both. I just didn't laugh at the funny parts. It was supposed to be funny parts. I didn't get too scared about the scary stuff. I'm not really 100% sure if this was supposed to be kind of a parody on dog loyalty or anything like that. And I think this was Ali Sheedy's last theatrical release, and it seemed like her movie career just didn't go too well after Breakfast Club and Short Circuit. But this movie was just, I didn't like it that much. And I remember seeing the trailer years ago, and they were trying to put this movie out as almost like this, you got this killer dog, and oh, he's so mean, he's so vicious, and he's so awful. And you see a lot of the stuff in this movie, and you feel kind of like you got a little ripped off. Probably the one scene I remember most about this is when Max jumps over 2 police cars, and the special effect to today's special effect abilities looks like crap, but it's still funny. Max has this ability to climb trees, become invisible, do all kinds of things, and I thought to myself, this is probably one of the worst ideas to do to a dog ever since Spuds MacKenzie. How many of you are going to get that joke? I don't know. But there you guys have it, a review of Man's Best Friend. How do you feel about the movie? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. And of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that, well, it didn't become your best friend, it kind of felt like it became more like your worst enemy, send it my way and I will get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.